बाकू लिए जा रहे हैं, जहां पर वजीर इत्तलाआत अता तारर मौजूद हैं और खिताब कर रहे हैं। डायलॉग चल रहा है मौसमियाती तब्दीली और सकाफती विरसे पर।
Baltistan, where many indigenous people reside, I would like to express my gratitude to His Highness Prince Rahim Aga Khan and the Aga Khan Foundation for the wonderful work that they've done for the indigenous people of Gilgit-Baltistan. Today, as we convene here to discuss about how we can channel these values, our ingenuity, creativity and resilience to address one of the greatest challenges of our time, the global climate crisis. Across the world, communities are feeling the devastating impacts of climate change. In Pakistan, we only contribute 0.5% of carbon emissions globally. But when it comes to loss and damage and vulnerability, we're amongst the top 10 countries in the world to face this vulnerable challenge. Severe floods, rising temperatures, and growing vulnerability of our culture and natural heritage pose a great threat. In 2022, we were faced with one of the most devastating floods. Thousands of people, including indigenous people, were displaced. When we come to calculate loss and damage, we were caused a damage of $13 billion. We face the risk of not only losing lives and livelihoods, but also the irreplaceable traditions, knowledge, and sites that define who we are. If we hope to alter this course, we must unite to bring forth our most innovative and inclusive ideas. As representatives of culture in our nations, we hold the responsibility to advocate for the role of culture in driving climate action. I commend Azerbaijan's leadership for bringing this agenda forward and for fostering a dialogue that emphasizes the interwoven nature of cultural heritage and climate resilience. In Pakistan, we understand that climate action must also mean protecting our cultural heritage and integrating cultural perspective into adaptation efforts. We see this not only as an obligation to preserve our past, but also as an opportunity to build a sustainable future that respects and includes all voices. Culture-based solutions can help us adapt to the immediate impacts of climate change while equipping us with the resilience to face future challenges. Our efforts must be all-encompassing and inclusive. We must ensure that culture-based climate action is embedded in our policies, just as climate considerations must be woven into our cultural sectors. It is clear, however, that outside our own spheres, the role of culture in addressing climate changes often remains underappreciated. I urge all of us to ensure that this does not happen. We need to build on the momentum generated here in Baku and work towards a stronger commitment to cultural resilience as we move forward. Pakistan is committed to this approach. In our national adaptation communication, we have highlighted the essential role that cultural heritage plays in strengthening community, identity, well-being, and resilience. Protecting cultural heritage not only honors our past, but enhances stability and prosperity in a changing climate. I am encouraged by the growing consensus here and across the global community that cultural heritage, indigenous knowledge, and resilience of traditional practices are powerful tools in our climate action toolkit. Together, we can champion these approaches, building on the progress we have made here in Baku and carrying it forward into our collective ambition and commitment at COP30. As I conclude, I am reminded of Nelson Mandela's words, the true power of culture is in its ability to transform lives, enable people to reach beyond their limitations. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, culture is not only an inheritance from the past, it is a living, breathing force that shapes our present and empowers us to create a better future. Through culture, we find resilience, innovation, and solidarity, the very qualities we need to confront the climate crisis. As representatives of our nations, we are custodians of this powerful legacy. Let us use it to unite and inspire, to preserve and to progress. In our commitment to cultural resilience, we can lead by example, showing the world that the heritage and traditions we cherish are not just reminders of where we've been, but beacons guiding us towards where we can and must go. Together, let us build a world where culture continues to transform lives, uplift communities, and inspire solutions for a sustainable future. I would like to conclude with a saying of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. In kamatis sa'atu wa fi yadi ahdikum fasilatun fa in istata'u an la takuma hatta yagrisaha fal yagrisha. The Prophet says, peace be upon him, that if the final hour comes upon you and you have a sapling in your hand, you must plant it before the final hour comes. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
COP21 से खिताब कर रहे थे। आपको आगाह करें कि इस डायलॉग में मुख्तलिफ ममालिक के मंदूबीन भी मौजूद हैं और रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स अपने अपने मुल्क का मौक़िफ़ पेश कर रहे हैं। अता तारर बात करते हुए बता रहे थे कि मुल्क पाकिस्तान ने कई मौसमियाती तब्दीलियों के वजह से बहुत सारी आफात का सामना किया है। एक दफ़ा फिर आपको बाकू लिए जाएंगे।
And radiates cultural vibrancy. We find ourselves surrounded by reminders of the strength and resilience that heritage brings to our lives. The city stands as a testament to what culture can achieve. It preserves the past, shapes the present, and guides us towards a more resilient future. As I reflect upon the legacy of places like Baku, I am reminded of the cultural gems back home in Pakistan, where a people of the Indus Valley civilization, which originated around the banks
बराह
and
रास्त आपने अता
tributaries.
तारर की गुफ्तगू मुलाहिज़ा की। अभी COP29 के सिलसिले में वो इस वक्त डायलॉग से खिताब कर रहे हैं। लेंगे ब्रेक। हमारे